you.
This week on the County Line, helping to save the environment and looking pretty good in the process. It's the easy way to save money at the pump. First, a new traffic light in town, and now a reduction comes to the main streets of New Wilmington. And a camera-shy friend helps to make customers feel welcome in a local hardware store without even saying hello. We're live, we're local. The County Line starts now.
Good evening, I'm Stevie Nelson.
And I'm Pamela Marlowe. Thanks for joining us on tonight's edition of the County Line. Big changes announced this week for the future of Westminster College. Our president, R. Thomas Williamson, announced his retirement earlier this week. Williamson is leaving in June 2008, ending his 11-year career as the college president. Retirement may be on the horizon, but Williamson explains he still has big plans for the next year.
There are a whole host of things. We have a strategic plan.
After his retirement, Williamson plans to leave New Wilmington and head south to Virginia to be closer to his family.
The New Wilmington community and Westminster College might see a change in cable companies. New Wilmington Borough Council members continue to discuss switching from New Wilmington Borough Cable to Comcast Cable. There is no deal yet, and the council will continue to consider the change in the following months.
Drivers in the area will notice another change coming soon to the streets in New Wilmington. Reporter Thomas Miller explains the slower speed limits.
Changes are finally coming to the borough of New Wilmington. After planning and approving, the borough has the information it needs. Police Chief Carmen Piccirillo talks about where the speed limit are being limited.
Reducing speed limits on our state routes that run through the borough. And basically that involves State Route 208, which runs east and west. State Route 158, which runs north and south. And State Route 956, which is South Market Street, which also runs north and south.
Piccirillo also said he's glad PennDOT came to fix our current speed limits.
On South Market Street, I discovered that the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit does not go out far enough. We don't have it posted out far enough according to our permit. It is supposed to be in existence from the creek that crosses down by the park in Westminster College. It is supposed to begin there coming north and end there going south, and then extend up to the Shannick Avenue or State Route 208.
Councilmember Mary Beth Brooks says what her opinion is on the speed limit in town.
I believe that we're so fortunate to have a chief who has our best interests at heart. I support a 25-mile speed limit within the borough totally, with signs posted saying that you're approaching a 25-mile speed limit. I think it's good for our residents. We want everyone to be safe and our community secure.
So stop and look at the speed limit before you press that gas in the borough of New Wilmington. I'm Thomas Miller reporting for the County Line.
New Wilmington residents are doing their part in taking care of the environment while also saving a few bucks at the pump. Reporter Doug Kunst shows us how they do it.
If you have been at the gas pumps lately, then you have noticed a price click past $20, $30, $40, even $50. While some consumers have decided to take a proactive choice and to cut back their trips at the pump, while trading their old car for the more efficient hybrid car. But what do these consumers think of their new hybrid car?
This car is identified as a partial zero-emission vehicle, so it produces very few pollutants. It's also it gets a lot of miles a gallon because it uses a combination of petroleum-based fuel and electrical power. I think it's, one of the great things about it. Some people have a misconception that cars that use electrical power have to be plugged in. This doesn't have any of that plug-in kind of stuff. When it cruises, when it coasts, and when it brakes, it recharges its battery. So you're not dependent on having some kind of plug-in source for the power. It has a very small gasoline engine, and so sometimes people think that it doesn't have much power, but the fact of the matter is, in some ways, it's more responsive in highway situations because it can draw on two power sources rather than simply one.
I wanted the gas mileage. I do a lot of driving, and I wanted to do something to improve the environment, and the emissions are a lot less harmful, but mainly the gas mileage. It has great power. It's very zippy. It's very responsive. I've had no trouble getting out of traffic. I've been in and out of Pittsburgh and interstate driving. I've never had any trouble with it as far as the power.
I'm Doug Kunst reporting for the County Line.
State police say 2 Lawrence County residents are dead following a 4-vehicle accident late Monday morning. The accident occurred on Route 422 near the I-79 interchange just east of the Butler-Lawrence County line. Police say 23-year-old Brandon Olson of Newcastle was traveling west on Route 422 when he lost control of his vehicle and crossed the center line, striking 3 oncoming vehicles. Olson and passenger 21-year-old Shawnice Calhoun of Newcastle were thrown from their car and were pronounced dead at the scene.
A Newcastle man is facing over 100 counts of criminal charges, including arson and assault. Patrick Henry attempted suicide last November by disconnecting a gas line in his house, causing an explosion that injured Henry and 3 others. 21-year-old Sophie Baker remains in the hospital. Henry is currently in Mercer County Jail for probation violation.
A Valant man is in jail awaiting trial after being accused of severely beating his girlfriend's children. Samuel Weissel of Rear Keno Road allegedly caused injuries to Amy Tilia's 18-month-old daughter and 3-year-old son. Injuries range from facial cuts and bruises to skull fractures and liver damage. Both of the children are being treated at Children's Hospital. Weissel's preliminary hearing is set for next Thursday morning in Lawrence County Central Court. And coming up, love is in the air this time every year, especially for business owners.
And our on-the-road team makes their best attempt to enjoy the frigid temperatures in the area.
Also, with a record-setting performance, 2 teams playoff bound, and big rivalries throughout the county, DJ Yoakley joins us with action-packed sports coming up next. Stay tuned, more County Line is coming up.
Oh, don't you worry, I will. I love going to work and listening to my kind of music on Titan Radio.
That's right. Titan Radio brings you all the top hits of today, along with local news and sports. Commercial-free hit music on 88.9 FM Titan Radio, playing your kind of music.
No one wants to be in debt, but the truth is that most of us are. For 51 years, Consumer Credit Counseling has been in the business of helping people find their way out of debt. The professionals at Consumer Credit Counseling want to help you move on with your life. With their local office in Sharon, it's easy to get started. Visit their website, cccservices.com. That's CCCservices.com. Consumer Credit Counseling, financial help in any crisis. You can control your debt. Consumer Credit Counseling will show you how.
Titan Radio. Check this out.
Not a big Limp Bizkit fan. Thought she'd get a hand on a member of Duran Duran.
Titan Radio. Commercial-free music 24/7.
On the radio. Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. Stop. 1985.
Keeping my car regularly tuned helps reduce air pollution. And it also saves me money on gas and repairs. But it's not just about saving money. It's about what you do with it.
You're whack, sir. Environmental defense. Get green. Go to getgreen.com.
There's not much to do or enjoy outside when it's freezing and snowing, just like this past week. But this week, our on-the-road team tried to make the best of the inclement weather.
For this week's On the Road, we avoided the icy roads and decided to come sled riding here on the campus of Westminster College.
We're going to take a ride right here down the hill in front of Lake Brittain.
Last time I was on ice, it didn't go so well.
That's all right. Let's do some sledding. Synchronized sledding!
By a jumbo jet.
Oh, Joseline.
I can't see!
And that'll do it for this week's On the Road.
Well, we had a great time sled riding today. Was anybody scared?
No.
No, I don't think at all.
No.
Chris, you weren't scared?
No, not at all.
Sure.
Positive. We'll see you next time.
Not only is he man's best friend, but at Pro Hardware Store, he's a shopper's best friend too. Pam introduces us to our furry friend, Hogan.
Most people come to expect a friendly welcome when they walk into their hometown hardware store, but when they lick your hand, you know you're in for a unique experience. Meet Hogan, named after the famed wrestler, but around here, his owner Sean and others refer to him as Hogan the hardware dog.
Hogan's a very unique dog. I found him, he was a stray. I found him about 5 years ago. He was just on the side of the road, and I stopped and opened up my door, and he hopped right in. He wasn't very good at first as a first dog. When he was younger, he had separation anxiety, and me and my wife both worked, full days, and he kind of chewed up a lot of stuff and got in a lot of trouble. But ever since I started working here, he comes to work about 3 days a week with me, and everybody seems to like him, and everybody comments what a nice, even-keeled dog he is. He never barks. He's got a personality of his own, that's for sure.
First thing in the morning when I come in, he meets me at the door to go outside. And of course at 12 o'clock he's ready to eat lunch with me, so whatever I eat, he eats. Whether it's peaches or bananas or meat and cheese. He's quite a guy. He's just quiet dog, easygoing. Everybody loves him.
Mainly, a lot of the times he sleeps, but obviously. But he, there's a few, I'd say maybe 5 to 10 customers that know Hogan's here, and when they come in, they call his name, and he'll come running, and he's never shy for attention. That's for sure. We sell treats. Everybody always wants to give him a biscuit. So yeah, come here. So he's very unique, and I'll never have another dog like Hogan. That's for sure.
Hogan will sit there for as long as you want to pet him, so stop by and say hi to Hogan next time you're passing by New Wilmington. In New Wilmington, I'm Pamela Marlowe for the County Line.
What a cute dog.
Yes, it was very nice to meet Hogan. Very friendly dog. I'm used to my dog when I go home. He comes up, jumps all over me, and wants to tear everything I have apart since it smells different than home does. But Hogan was very sweet and he really will just sit there and let you pet him for as long as you want to. But
he looks sweet. That's why he's a good shopper's friend.
Yes, very nice. Nice hometown little atmosphere and a nice dog. Very nice. But you know what, Stevie? It's that time of year again to celebrate love, and what better way to do that than with flowers and chocolate? Reporter Alex Hines takes us to Weingartner's and Jameson Candy to show us how the store owners prepare for Valentine's Day.
Chocolate, hearts, and roses. Oh my! These are a few of the things that you may be thinking of getting for your sweetheart this upcoming Wednesday. These Valentine's Day gifts are fairly simple to give, but what does it take on the merchant's end? I went to 2 local stores to see how they prepare for the big day.
Well, there's the preparation of getting the vases ready for the roses, and we green those in ahead of time. We put the water in the vases and green the foliage in it, and then we have those all ready, and on Valentine's Day, then when we can do an assembly line and put the roses in the vases.
You may think this sounds like a pretty hefty amount of work, but this is only the preparation that's done at the store.
There's a lot to getting these things ready before they walk in the door and see them as the finished product, because they all get shipped in from South America. They've got to be unboxed, unwrapped. The stems have to be cleaned. They have to be recut, put in water and preservative to freshen them. So it's a big process.
And Weingartner's isn't the only area business that gears up ahead of time. Jameson's Candy also does some work of their own.
We start making full-time like in September for Christmas, and even sometimes around Christmas time, December, January, then we are, in full swing for Valentine's Day.
Despite having some time to plan, one thing both stores see are some very last-minute shoppers.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are our busiest day for Valentine's Day, yeah.
Yes, the 14th is the day. I mean, you'll have a few people that buy ahead of time, but the 14th is the day.
Don't forget, February the 14th is only 6 short days away. I'm Alex Hines for the County Line.
Well, Stevie, any plans for Valentine's Day yourself?
Yeah, my boyfriend and I are going to go down to Pittsburgh and eat at a restaurant called The Melting Pot.
Oh, the fondue restaurant.
Yes.
I love the chocolate. I can't wait until Valentine's Day so I can just delve into some chocolate myself.
I'm looking forward to Valentine's Day myself. But right now on the County Close-Up, reporter Nikki Pizar sits down with the director of the United Way in Lawrence County, Molly Spinney.
Hello, I'm Nikki Pizar, and I'm here with Molly Spinney, who is a volunteer for the United Way of Lawrence County. Thank you very much for being here today.
My pleasure.
So I wanted to know, what exactly is your role for the United Way?
Mostly a paper shuffler. When the campaign goals are set, we have a representative from the campus who goes to the county meetings, the county-wide meetings, and she comes back with the campus goal. And then various segments of the campus get together and make an appeal. And it's sent out to, I work with the academic affairs staff. So we talk to the faculty at a faculty meeting, and then we stuff envelopes with brochures and pamphlets and pledge cards, and we send them out.
So how does the organization actually set their goal, and what is the goal for the campus?
Well, the campus goal is $10,000, and that's something we've been striving for a couple of years. We get close. We haven't quite made it yet. And then the town of New Wilmington also has a goal, and we make monthly reports on how we're doing on our campaign.
What are some challenges to reaching this goal?
Well, different years have had different challenges. When the tsunami hit in the Philippines, there was a huge national outpouring of support, and a lot of money that normally would go to local charities went to that international issue. When Hurricane Katrina hit, a lot of money that would normally be earmarked by a family for a charitable donation went to that very significant major effort. So it kind of depends on the year and what's been going on in the world.
The United Way is a very community-based organization that focuses a lot on local needs.
Absolutely.
So what kind of agencies benefit from the fundraising that United Way has?
The United Way talks about being a good neighbor. And the United Way talks about three things that they can offer the community. They can offer a helping hand, they can offer an ear to listen, and they can offer a shoulder to lean on. So there are small issues within your community that don't get a lot of play in the national media, that don't get a lot of play in the newspaper. So there aren't huge outpourings. So the United Way is a way of meeting a lot of those smaller needs that impact individuals very deeply.
So how would you go about donating money? Are there different ways to donate money?
Absolutely. They'll take money about any way you want to give it. They'll take a one-time donation. You can write a check. You can give your campaign worker cash, and we'll give you a receipt. At Westminster, they make it as easy, honest as they possibly can. We can do payroll deduction, and we can say, take $10 out of my pay every month. We can say, take this much out every quarter. So they make it very easy for us to do it here.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here. So if you'd like to learn more about the Lawrence County of the United Way of Lawrence County, you can call 724-658-8528 or email the United Way at unitedway@adelphia.net. Thank you. Stay tuned for more County Line is next.
From Bruce Springsteen to Howie Day, yesterday's favorites only collide with today's hits when you're listening to commercial free Titan Radio, digital 88.9 FM.
At that time of the month again, more and more credit card bills piling up. Do you feel that you can never dig your way out of your financial issues and that you're trapped underneath all the bills? Consumer Credit Counseling Services can help. We at CCCS are a local nonprofit organization that has one goal: to help you get out of debt. Give us a call at 1-800-355-CCCS and schedule an appointment. We will work to put that smile back on your face. CCCS helps.
What is that thing?
Looks like somebody's double chin. Must have lost it snacking on fruits and vegetables.
Somebody's gonna trip on that.
Tether, come on, let's have some tea. Okay, here's your tea, Tether. Here's mine. Tether, what do you want? Any sugar in your tea?
Hi, and welcome to Titan Town Sports. I'm DJ Yoakley. Now with all the meaningful football games, now that they're over, basketball now in the main spotlight of the country, especially Westminster basketball, with both teams white hot and with both coaches leading their squads to a 7-2 record. The women are knotted into a three-way bustle at the top with W&J and Thomas More, whereas the men, well, they're only a game back on Bethany, who are very unsteady at 8-2. A big night of basketball on WCN last Wednesday. Let's check it out, leading it off with the ladies. And we're picking it up at Buzzwordle Gymnasium right here. Big night for Coach Scott, starting off with Rachel Eaton passing off to Gina Brunetti. Big time shot right here. Nails it from three-point land, sets the Titans up big time. Now Desiree to Amanda Riley, who drains another three-pointer, and the Titans just keep on going. One after another, the Titans just demolishing the Lady Bearcats until finally you're going to see a Lady Bearcat. Actually, you're not. You're going to see the Titans just keep taking it away. Desiree Sterling, a big night for her. Desiree, congratulations in order. The senior guard broke the school record for career points at Westminster, 1287 by Robin Thayer. Desiree now has 1,314 points in her career and earned pack honors last week for women's basketball. The men also in action last Wednesday night against St. Vincent. As we keep seeing Desiree, can't get enough of her, of course, and especially Coach Scott, as she has big things out of her senior men's. As I was saying, in action, Craig Hannon drives to the lane, up and under for an easy two, and then it is Dom Joseph to the bucket. Kick out, that's Nick Adams from three-point land, and here comes Nick. He's going to get a big pick for Adams. He's going to take it, lay it up and in for the Titans, and then here comes that's Chauncey Whitlow. C-Bones from three, nails it. The Titans rolling until Jameer Brooks slams it down, sending a big message. St. Vincent up 36 or down 36-54 at halftime. The Titans come back strong, and as we see St. Vincent trying to fight back, can't make it happen. The Titans are going to finish it here. Look at the ball movement from Westminster. They're going to win this one. Final score of 94-86. WCN Game of the Week last week for high school was the Shenango Mohawk game, as we continue to see Westminster going and putting a big win on St. Vincent. Big game, WCN Game of the Week, high school, Shenango. Here we go, Rocco Colavecchia, the all-star quarterback, putting it up and in for Shenango. The Wildcats heavily favored in this one. And look at Brittain Micheletti, lighting up three balls all over all night, 30 points on the night from Micheletti. Mohawk fighting back, though, showing why they are nicknamed the Warriors, as we see O'Hara drilling jumpers. And here comes the Warriors. That is Micah Russell drilling from three-point land. Lots of three-pointers in this game. And McFadden goes in for the bucket. We see head coach Bobby McQuiston showing concern as his squad heavily favored, as we said. He's very concerned because look at Micah from the corner, hits the tray, going in, and look at the emphasis on that dunk. Big dunk by Matt Weir, and obviously displeased are the Shenango fans. Luke O'Hara hits the jumper, and that's how it's going to end. Final score, Wildcats win 87-83. As we go in and we look for the big Newcastle Red Hurricanes, there are always three guarantees in life: death, taxes, and the Lady Red Hurricanes being on fire. David Gregg for Titantown Sports takes a look at how the Lady Canes defense, shutdown D, takes over offenses like a natural disaster.
I'm here in Newcastle, home of the Lady Canes basketball team, where they're 13-1 in the regular season, and a big attribute to their winning ways is in their defensive philosophies.
Well, I think the key is it all starts with defense. You have to contain, play great defense, and score in transition, and then obviously run your offensive sets and do what you've practiced, and everything should work out from there.
What are the key elements that, obviously you guys have had a great couple of years here, what are the key elements that go into building a sort of juggernaut team that you guys have had here?
Well, it all comes with experience. These kids, the seniors this year that were freshmen, when they were freshmen, we won the WPIAL championship. So they saw that, and they saw the hard work that group of seniors set forth. Now we have had success the last 2 years while those kids were sophomores and juniors, but we just didn't get to the next step. And this year I think we have all the components. We play great defense. We've had 2 and 3 kids scoring double figures every game. We thrive on playing defense, which, you know, they say offense wins games and defense wins championships. Right. And that is definitely true with this group of kids.
Here in Newcastle, reporting for the County Line, I'm David Gregg.
In extra innings tonight, Westminster swim teams are competing in the 44th annual PAC Championships at Grove City. The Titans are collectively the reigning champions and look to continue their dynasty tonight and throughout the weekend. Up-to-date results can be seen at pac/amcc.m2tech.com. 2 Westminster round ballers have been named to the ESPN Academic All-District team. Greg Rossitelli has made the second team with his 15 points per game, and Emily Ackerman named to the third team with her 3.46 GPA. And former Pirate and Red Sox standout Bronson Arroyo signed a 2-year, $25 million extension with the Reds. That's it for Titantown Sports. Over to the desk for more news. Pam.
Thanks, DJ.
That's all the time we have left for this week's
On the Road. And stay tuned for Shenango versus Neshannock replay. Have a good night.